everyone. Welcome to our Talkies. This is Anjana Kumar, and I'm your host. With me is Sameena Khan. She's a personal trainer and an athlete. Hers is a very inspirational journey. I've known her for a long time, and honestly, it's such an honor for me to have her here on my podcast. She is someone who truly believed in fitness and changing her life in and out. And I'm not going to talk more about that. I'm going to ask you itself to
Thank you
introduce
so
yourself
much.
and talk
Thank
about
you.
that.
Thank you
So,
so much for having me here.
yeah.
I'm really happy to be here and to be sharing all my experience regarding fitness and wellness.
Right.
So,
So, Sameena, I know you since the time when you were going through chemotherapy.
yeah,
You were just getting off, your thyroid cancer,
yeah.
and look at you now. You've transformed. You look so healthy and
Thank
beautiful,
you.
touch
Thank
wood, and
you.
you look amazing.
Thank you.
So, I'd love to know, and I'd love to tell our viewers about that journey of yours.
Yeah. So, it's a pretty long story, but long story short, started with my diagnosis about 6 years from now. It was a roller coaster ride because when somebody suddenly in a event of life, uh, unexpectedly when I was diagnosed, and I was diagnosed with thyroid cancer. I almost was in on stepping into a third stage, and I was completely unaware of it. Was a mother. I'm a mother of a girl, and I was literally busy with my, life of being a housewife, being a daughter-in-law, being a daughter, doing everything as the role of a woman is in a society. Never thought about my health, never paid attention to the minute signs that the body was giving at that point in time. I brushed it under the carpet saying that, it's just regular stuff. Diagnosis happened, things went like a whirlwind. I could not process at that point in time. I was like, why is this happening to me? I didn't expect this. And I did not really have time to sit and, moan about these things. But then I was like, I asked, like, what's next? What I need to do? My doctor was like, it's a plain and simple black and white, protocol. You need to go through your radiation. You need to be on a very strict diet, and you need to kind of cut down on a lot of things that you have been doing previously. And at that point in time, it seemed like a very difficult, a mammoth task for coming from a basic household and then stepping into fitness. I was completely unaware. So I started my journey with just simply going to gym and doing cardio. Like, I mean, that's a start for any regular person. And I enrolled myself to a gym close to my house because I didn't want to waste time commuting. Went to the gym. First 1 year was just doing cardio, started with 30 minutes, progressed into an hour. That's how my life went for 1 year. Dropped my weight. I was literally starving because I had no help in terms of what I need to eat, how I need to go about it. That's when I started reading a lot of books, started talking to a lot of people, started connecting, started understanding what really wellness is. Unfortunately, in society right now, wellness is like like a trending thing. It's like a Instagram reel. What is everybody doing? Is this how it's done? And people follow that. And unfortunately, it's not how it is. When it comes to wellness, it's not just about the physical wellness, also your mental wellness plays a huge part in the role. I was not told that, and as in when I kind of got into my physical wellness, saying that I was doing cardio, I learned about strength training. I grew and I processed and I evolved into being a power lifter the second year of me being in a fitness journey. And then I got bored with powerlifting. I said, what's next? Then I did yoga. I said, what's next? And I kept going on until I found my love in weightlifting. And that's when somebody in the gym approached me and they said, you know what? You are really good as a woman, lifting and following a protocol, having a consistency, being disciplined about something of this sort is quite unusual. So why don't you think about competing? And at that point in time, I was like, no, this is not my cup of tea. I can't do this. Because never in my life have I ever stepped on a stage or, even, speaking to a third person was a big task for me. I took a step after a couple of months. I was like, you know what, let me just try this. Maybe it could be something fun. And I got myself a coach, took my first step in bodybuilding. First year, yeah, it was not a great experience, but something that you learn from, grew more. Now, currently, I'm 4 years into bodybuilding. Last year, 2023, I won two gold medals in Vietnam, represented my country, India, in Vietnam. Really glad that was my two first gold medals in one same stage. Then I got my bronze medal in Mumbai for the big international stage, which was Amateur Olympia. And that kind of gave me a sense of purpose, saying that what, maybe this is what I really love doing and this is what I was made for. Sometimes the most unexpected events in life kind of direct you to your goal, and that's how my journey to wellness came, and I'm still ongoing with it.
That's amazing, amazing, honestly. So I remember also you telling me before that you struggled with weight and
Yeah,
thyroid, right?
yeah,
Even as a child.
yeah,
And so, as you said, that mental strength to actually transform your body
yeah,
came, I think, after this event.
yes,
So it's not easy.
yeah.
It didn't come at a time perhaps when you were younger, but it came at a time just when you had experienced this.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, for me, I was always an overweight child. I was pre-diabetic as a teenager. Then eventually, I mean, month on month, when I was about 15 years old, diagnosed with my severe case of autoimmune disorder, and then also being minor thalassemia and having asthma, and there were series of health issues that started following because being overweight and not having a clean diet, not having any sort of physical activity, because let's face it, as a child in Dubai, the health is always in a back burner. I mean, we do not tend to pay attention to what our kids are eating as well. That's very important to inculcate that healthy eating habit for a child from a very young age, and that's when they grow to be a really healthy adult. And unfortunately, being an overweight child, I became an obese teenager with a lot of health issues, and all these kind of, evolved and got even worse and worse. And as and when I got to an age of 25, it was a total catastrophe. And then being diagnosed with cancer was the nail in the head. It was like, that's it, done. I mean, I think this is a full stop. And that point in time, what mattered to me was I needed to sit down and kind of analyze and, go through things and what I have done and what conscious steps have I taken to make sure that how can I rectify the mistakes that I've done in past. It's very important when you have taken the willingness of stepping into fitness and health. You're taking something very seriously, that is your health, which is very important. You need to sit back and really analyze of, it's a conscious decision. You need to think that, I am going to step into this and I'm going to be very conscious about what I put into my body, because what you put into your body is not just for your physical health, but it also sometimes manifests into how mentally good you are going to be.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Your nutrition is the status of your mind and body is a
Yeah,
reflection of what you eat and what you put in.
absolutely.
I think that is so critical,
Yeah,
and I'm so glad that you took it in that positive sense
yeah,
and changed it. So today I want to know, like, how was your diet? Like, do you still follow that regimen, and how,
yeah,
and your daily exercise? How many
yeah.
hours in a day do you work out?
So it's not a very hard and fast regime, to be very honest, I am very mindful of what I eat. Coming from an Indian household, belonging to an Indian society, Our family gatherings are is all about food, you know,
Yes,
and it's
absolutely.
all about, fried and sugary and all that stuff. What I do is I consciously make sure, and this has been going on in my family from last 3 years. Uh, when I go into a family gathering, they know that I am very, very particular about not having sugar, not having anything fried. So they make a conscious effort to not keep those things, rather have those alternatives, saying that, we would rather air fry it, or maybe we have like something of a no sugar, artificial sweetener kind of thing replacement. I basically keep myself, and it's not that if I'm avoiding sugar or if I'm avoiding those tempting treats, it's sort of, I'm keeping myself away from it. I don't crave that as well. And
Right.
eventually it happens. I've done this with my clients as well, that I initially ask them, what, you cannot have sugar, anything which has sugar, anything which has, carbs. And they get really bug and they're like, I need to have my piece of cake and stuff. But they said eventually your body gets used to it and your body starts loving it. And when your body starts loving it, your mind, even says that, what, we don't need that. So I do not find it difficult. I still follow my clean diet, still have my social gatherings, still see my
Yes.
family, and follow the clean diet and just go with it. And as per the workout, I do my cardio. I get my 20K steps daily, be it walking, it doesn't have to be in the gym. I go outdoors, I walk by the beach, I run, I cycle, I do everything. I maximum, like, I think 40-45 minutes. I think I do weight training now. If my body needs it, I do it 4 times a week, and rest of the days I'm basically trying to cover up my steps, being
Okay.
20K, and that's it. It's a really chill life, and you're keeping
Nice.
your health really good.
Right. Chill life. I like it.
Yeah, yeah,
So I couldn't agree more about, the mind not craving it anymore, because
yeah,
personally I too went through that journey of, losing weight,
yeah,
and I lost like 18 kilos in 1 year. And I
yeah,
remember like eating, as you said, Indian food is all about carbs
yeah,
and
absolutely.
sugar. I
Yeah,
mean, was so high on that. So I sacrificed. Literally, I gave up everything, and
yeah,
after some time, I know that I, even when I looked at rice, I wouldn't eat it.
yeah,
I just didn't feel like eating it anymore. So I completely agree with you on that.
yeah,
But I just want to say that it's so inspirational, like what you've done, and it's not everybody's cup of tea to do it. But
yeah,
is there one message that you can give people,
yeah,
say, who are struggling to lose weight?
yeah.
And what's that message you can give them?
I would I would say, when people come up to me and ask me of how do you do it? How do you even every day get up and do the same thing over and over again? And I say simple things, that just follow through. Keep your consistency. The way every day you wake up, same time you wake up, same time you go to office, same time you have your cup of coffee, same time you would have your lunch. That same consistency you need to have with fitness as well. You do not have to separately take out time.
Yeah.
Fitness is not about just being in the gym.
Right.
Fitness is about, maybe you can take a stroll in a park. Maybe you can take a stroll on the footpath on the road. Maybe you can go for a swim with your family. Maybe you can cycle with your kids. Fitness is just keeping your physical body in a
Right.
motion, and
Right.
set a goal for yourself, saying that, today I'm going to start with, say, 5K steps a day, and I'm going to make sure that I finish it. Slowly progress, increase, and keep that consistency. Do not drop the ball. That's very important. Your discipline and your consistency is going to take you very far in terms of health. And that's the only message that I give everybody when they ask me for this.
Amazing. What a beautiful story to add to our wellness series. Thank you so much, Sameena, for
Thank you so
coming.
much.
It's a wrap from us. Thank you so much to our viewers. If you want to know more about Sameena, or if you want to read more about us, then do log into our Instagram handles. You'll find that there on our YouTube channel as well. So stay tuned. We have more coming up on our wellness series. Thank you. This is a wrap.